I'm no stranger to covering drama on this channel. It's something I don't really like talking about because it physically drains the energy out of me, but when I see someone who needs help defending themselves, I talk about it anyway. Back when Aura was being harassed by a bad actor, I made a video talking about that. When one of my good friends and server moderator, Dutch, was being falsely accused of being a bad actor and harassing somebody, I shut that situation down and proved that the bad actor had been harassing him. Now, I had other plans for this channel. I wanted to start covering some other subjects, but before we get to that, I need to cover this one last drama. Now, originally, I wasn't going to make this video, because when I show you how laughably bad this is, you're going to ask, Dallas, this guy is so stupid, why even make the video in the first place? Because even though the video is so obviously fake, there are still an alarming amount of people who believe this is real. I've been stalling for way too long. Today, we're going to be talking about this guy. Now, I'm not going to show his name or his YouTube handle because attention is exactly what this parasite wants. Now, he has a very small channel. The day he made these videos, I believe he had 1 subscriber, and as of me writing this script, he has 3. It sucks to see him spreading misinformation like this, because he's actually a YouTube OG, having made his account back in 2008. However, he could have gotten that through other means, so take it with a grain of salt. Now, he decided to make 2 videos on one of my friend's Twisted Plays. One of them is a call-out, and the other is an interview with a victim of Twisted Plays. Now, note that I say this with the fattest quotation marks ever. The evidence he provides is so laughably bad. He used inspect element and on the messages and said stuff clearly nobody would ever say. Like, I want you to take a look at this. This was in Twisted server. Now, tell me if this is a believable self-report. Now, unfortunately, I couldn't get any screenshots because shortly after those videos were made, Twisted server got hacked and deleted. But even then, proof isn't necessary because look at this. Now, originally, this video was going to be defending Twisted. However, our friend here decided to make a video on me. Now, typically, what I'll do is I will call out the bullshit in the comments of the video, and this is what I did for this specific case. However, he has either his friends or alt accounts commenting and making it look like people believe this stuff, and it's really weird because in some instances, they're calling them allegations, but it's very clear they're on the side of calling us creeps.
But essentially what I'm here to do today is talk about someone who's like lurking basically in the comments of these videos, defending Twisted Plays in a really weird way. And this guy...
The first thing our friend here does is show some comments that I supposedly made. Now, the bottom one, I made that, and it hasn't been altered. But the top one doesn't exactly check out. I wasn't exactly sure where he might have pulled this from, but I had an idea. Some other person made a video on Twisted essentially rehashing everything this guy said in his video, and I left a comment on that saying, I said it on Blank's video, and I'm going to say it here. Discord screenshots are so easily faked, and this is not viable proof. And I'm almost certain that this is the comment he edited to use as proof against me. And also, take a look at this. Notice in the bottom comment how I only refer to Twisted Plays as Twisted. But this top comment here, I call him Twisted Plays. If the video is about Twisted, I'm just going to call him Twisted. There's no sense in using the full name. It's not a major debunk, but I digress. In this video he made on me, he didn't directly call me a pedo, but he pointed out that I like stuff like My Little Pony and Bluey. Is it content geared towards children? Yes, but you don't have to be a child to enjoy it. Now, I could call this guy out, use his own cards against him. I could call him out and say that he enjoys playing Roblox, and that's a game geared towards children. And honestly, it's a lot more damning for him because, as I'm sure you know, Roblox is actually in trouble right now for sheltering pedos, and everyone I know is boycotting the game. They're not playing it, they're not interacting with it whatsoever. And what is our friend here doing? He's playing Roblox. That's not a very good look.
After some further investigation, turns out he's kind of a creep. I'm not entirely sure what his goal is with this.
In the next bit of proof, he shows a conversation between me and someone named Josh. I have never met someone on Discord named Josh. Earlier today, I did receive a friend request from, I believe, this account. But an important thing to note is I don't accept random friend requests. If you aren't in a mutual server with me, I'm declining that shit. And even if you are in a mutual server with me, if we've never interacted, I'm still declining it. Now, as for how he got my Discord handle, I actually don't have any clue. But I've gotten similar requests from similar circumstances. So I assume there's a way of getting that. As for the message itself, it is a very convincing edit, even going as far as to include the server tag in my name. I respect the hustle, but I hate to break it to you, these DMs are fake. How do I know? Take a look at the time these messages were sent. These were taken at 3 in the afternoon. I was passed the fuck out at this time. These DMs were made on August 19th, and the video was released shortly after. And while our friend was planning to spread misinformation, my fat ass was passed the fuck out. I also do want to point out that this could be cropping, but I never initiate conversations. If I do accept a message request, I will never say hi first. And with the whole defending pedos thing, that's laughable too. Now, currently, invites to my server are paused, as I'm not trying to let anyone hack that. But if you're already in there, you can see just how much we hate pedophiles. Back when Autismo was the talk of the town, we were clowning the fuck out of him. Why? Because he's a pedophile. I have a zero tolerance policy for pedos, so to imply I'm defending one is just completely wrong.
I'm not sure if he's one of Twisted's friends or not, but essentially, if you go to this guy's account, he's called NightFighterYT, and you go to his account, he posts like drama videos in a similar niche as Twisted plays himself, which is interesting.
This is a bit of a nitpick, but I want you to take a good look at the screenshot he just showed. According to him, I'm a drama channel. Now, let's take a look at these videos and see just how much of them are drama related. Okay, we've got 1, 2... and I'm not seeing any others. You could argue that the Borderlands one is drama, but that's more so my criticisms of the trailer, so that is also wrong. I'm not a drama channel, nor do I want to be a drama channel.
But if you go to his account on Twitter, you'll see that he's reposting some cartoons that are typically made for children, which I thought was a little bit weird, to be honest with you. And then on top of that,
So, like I mentioned earlier, he brings up Bluey because I've reposted some stuff related to the show. This first one he shows is just a clip of Bingo being scared by the pool cleaner, but the scream is cut out. And if you go to the replies, it's just filled with people inserting a sound for Bingo to make. And then the other one he shows is actually a tweet I made highlighting an article. And if you look real closely, blink and you might miss it, he actually edited what I said with inspect element here. For direct comparison, here is the original post versus his edit of the post. I'm honestly really confused why he shows the images for less than 2 seconds. I thought you wanted to cancel me, but you don't want you don't want people to see your talented hard work.
I went and found his Discord account as well, where he has a My Little Pony profile picture. Once again, where he uses flags.
He then shows my Discord profile, except he doesn't. A couple things to point out here. Firstly, I want to talk about this little exclamation mark here. I had to Google this because I wasn't sure what it was, but apparently it indicates that the profile can't be loaded, and there's a couple reasons, but the main one I saw was because the user has blocked the viewer. In this instance, I blocked Josh, because he definitely made that profile. Now, let's take a look at my blocked users. It is seemingly absent of Josh, and why is that? Because I didn't block him. I simply declined the friend request. Now, maybe he blocked me, I'm not sure. I'm on Discord mobile, and if I view someone I blocked, that symbol doesn't pop up. Now, on desktop it does, but only for a few milliseconds, so unless he has a shittier computer than mine, it's almost impossible to get a screenshot of that symbol. And another thing to note is that the profile is so incomplete. I have Discord Nitro, so I have a banner GIF and an animated profile picture. Not to mention the few badges I have on my account. The joke pronouns are also missing, my profile color is green, the bio is completely gone, and the worst offense of them all, my status declaring that I love lesbians is also missing. So I don't have the absolute specifics on how he faked this one, but it's very clearly not my profile.
And he's obviously over the age of 18. He's probably pretty above the age of 18. I'll attach right now a photo of him. That's him, apparently at a book fair. I'm not sure what he's doing at a book fair at his old age, but, you know, he does what he wants, right?
I'm going to lore dump for you guys real quick. The video he got this from was actually my attempt at making a short for YouTube, because apparently those juice up the channel numbers. Now, why was I at a book fair? I'll tell you why. Last year, I was a janitor for an elementary school. Schools have book fairs. That's why I was at a book fair. Also, I'm 23. That's not really the smoking gun that you think it is.
Alright, anyway, so yeah, that's him, and obviously over the age of 18, and he's reposting these cartoons, which is really kind of suspicious.
You are playing Roblox. That is really kind of suspicious. He then goes on to say that I'm a pedo sympathizer, and he straight up says that I'll groom you, and he calls me a Discord mod. He really goes in on my weight, and I'm very surprised he didn't zero in on the forehead. I mean, look at that screenshot. You could land a fucking fighter jet on that thing. But yeah, a call-out post so laughably bad, I had to make a video on it. Is this going to get me canceled? Hell no. I will say, he put a good amount of work into faking this fake evidence, but it could definitely use some work. But it also raised the question, why aren't you doing this to bigger creators? Creators that actually deserve to have their lives ruined? I mean, you're attempting to cancel people with 200 plus subscribers, and you've obviously failed, but you've got room to grow. Listen, you've been a great troll, but that video you made isn't going to do the numbers that you want it to do. Now, for everyone else watching, don't go to this guy's video and give him attention, because that is so clearly what he wants. With that said, I'm out of here. The next video might take a while to make, but it's something I've wanted to work on ever since I discovered the topic. And I do want to make good content for you guys. I hope that the video that I'm working on will be that video. I'll catch you guys later.
Everybody literally hates
Walk right on physical necessities. I will cast a spell just to have you next to me. Try to make a love potion, I can get the recipe. Every single thing that I do embarrasses me. Young time is swearing every time I try to speak. Don't know what to say to you, I like to my teeth. And I know you think I care, now we have different beliefs. When I see your name, I can't help